All right, it has never been easier for you to set up and run an ad campaign on the Meta platform. And I have no reason to lie to you about that, because if it was difficult, you would probably need more of my help setting up your first campaign. But instead, you can do this yourself to get started. And this is the setup. Like, this is the simplest setup that we can do. This actually isn't even taking into account Advantage Plus Shopping, which actually combines these two things right here. So you see the campaign and the ad set. If you were to run Advantage Plus Shopping, which is kind of a newer thing from Meta, it actually makes it even simpler, where it just combines all that stuff. There's even less settings that you have to tweak. And it's really just all about these things down here, which are the ads themselves and the creative that you're putting in. But let's talk about each of these. All right, let's look at this thing first. This is the campaign. This is where you're going to set your budget, and you're also going to set the objective for your ads. So if you're going for sales, most of the time you'll want to go for sales unless you're a high ticket business or maybe a local business. Then you might be set up more to do leads. Very rarely, if ever, would you want to choose like a traffic campaign or an engagement campaign. Like, we want to get conversions out of this. And a lot of times, like, people will tell you, especially Meta experts, they'll tell you, oh, you should run an awareness campaign. You should do this. Like, unless you're like a bigger brand and you have the budget to be able to support something like that, and you know what you're doing, just go for the sale, go for the lead. Like, don't overcomplicate this. All right, next up, we've got the ad set over here. So single ad set is the simplest way to do this. You don't need multiple ad sets, testing different audiences and things. I would leave the targeting settings broad, wide open, unless you're geographically, restrained in some way, like you can't ship to certain places or you can't advertise in certain places. Other than that, like if you're advertising in the US, advertise to the whole US, right? And let the algorithm take care of the rest for you. This is also where you'll put in your tracking, right? So you'll put that little piece of code called a pixel onto your website, and then that will send information back to Facebook so that you can track the results of your campaign inside the Meta platform, right? So super important that we set that up at the ad set level too. And then finally, we've got these ads down here. 3 to 5 ads is really all you want to put in an ad set. If you do more than that, you're kind of giving the algorithm too much to work with. So like, I'd say max, if you have a higher budget, is like 6. But if you're going to test more than that, you might want to try different campaign, different ad set. And that's it. Like, all the heavy lifting really has to happen with these ads. Like, you have to have good creative in order to get your ads to convert. So if you've never run ads on Meta before, go ahead and give this campaign structure a try and let me know how it goes.